homeschooling mother.
We had a judge who turned himself in for doing cocaine in this city.
Good for him.
In this city. No, he did it because the presiding judge called and said, "Look, Mike, if you don't turn yourself in, we're going to have the FBI arrest you."
At least he turned himself in.
He did.
Okay,
and you know what? He's a practicing attorney, and I think he's a decent human being. Just because he did drugs once doesn't make him an evil person.
No.
But he's still a member of the Bar Association.
Well, there's a lot of members of the
gonna
Bar
throw up.
Association that probably shouldn't be there. But you know, I'm a homeschooling mother, and I'll tell you what, I don't need Child Protective Services coming to my home, which is what they do to homeschooling parents. So, no, they absolutely not. They need to be investigated themselves.
You may ask the question.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Miss Nightingale.
Yes.
As Governor Nightingale, would you push a law that every statement made in a family court, until we can abolish them, made by any social worker or any witness is done under penalty of perjury, and if the DA does not prosecute the social worker for blatant lies that are easily proved, any citizen could prosecute that social worker?
Yes.
If the attorneys and the bars won't do it, would you support that?
Absolutely.
Thank
I'm
you.
a mother.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Children come first.
Isn't
We're corrupting our
Isn't it
children.
awful that we have people lying behind closed doors and they won't let cameras in there, so you can't even expose the corruption?
I know. Acorn. That reminds me of the Acorn.
Well, yeah, Acorn.
Giles. And,
prostitution.
Unbelievable.
This is Satan is in control of our government, people.
And Jerry Brown defended Acorn.
He's running for something again.
After
defending Acorn.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Third term. We have term limits. I don't know. Too much corruption. That's why we, the people, have to take back. This is why these elections, midterm, most important. Make sure you look at the governors, you look at the sheriffs, you look at the judicial system.
I'm going to be back with Gail. Let her have her closing statement, but we have another tape. I want to show you just a little bit of it. I think it's important, especially for you Republicans, especially if you're a Republican. I know I've been beating up Republicans, ooh, but you might want to see this. Can we go to that tape? Are we ready? Let's roll it. There's no answer. We took a trip by his residence that he officially listed, could find no activity from anything that resembled Damon Dunn at his residence in Orange County, California. And I'm beginning to wonder if this guy isn't a New World Order shill candidate, you know, one of those paper candidates they just throw in there to and make you think you've got a real choice. I mean, this is like really out of focus kind of politics. He lists both his business and his residence number the same, and he doesn't answer the phone. Interesting. Now we'll call Orly Tates. Hello, is this Orly? Well, people, as you saw there, just as we cut back to the studio, Orly Tates actually answered the phone on the second ring. If you try to call that same number listed in the Sandra Bowen, Secretary of State's official website, he's turned off the phone number. Now you get a disconnect notice. This guy, this is what I like to call the bank gangsters, the New World Order people, the collectivist mentality. They're pissing in your face. I know that sounds rude, and I apologize to the lady here in front of me, but isn't this blatant?
It is blatant. They're blatant. It's like.
And the Republicans are probably going to choose him over Dr. Tates, and that's why I had to. And I'm not crazy about Dr. Tates, but
It's the Democrat only vote once in his life as a Republican, and Dr. Tate's who's voted for 20 years.
They've
Uncle
been blatant.
Sam, you gotta say
They've been
something.
blatant for so many years. I mean, let's go back to George Bush Sr. He was the one who blatantly said the New World Order. Then we had Clinton,
right.
NAFTA. Then we had George Bush Jr., who so blatantly gave us the Patriot Act, and then went with Presidente Fox and Prime Minister Harper behind closed doors and signed our country away into the North American Union.
Yeah.
These are the kinds of people.
And, you know, Lou Dobbs used to be on MSNBC. Lou Dobbs, a friend of mine.
What happened to him?
They cut him because of that issue of pointing out it was Bush White House official website was talking about the new North American Union. Nobody else noticed it, but Lou Dobbs did. And just for that little bit of news, I mean, he doesn't get anywhere near close to the depth that I do about 9/11 and stuff. But time is almost out. I must give my candidate here, statewide office, Miss Nightingale. You got the last minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. Go.
Well,
Tell
perfect.
people.
First of all, I just want you to go to our website. It is nightingaleforgovernor.com. I am not your typical candidate. I am not going to, I tell the truth. I will talk about issues that other candidates will not talk about. I am not a Wall Street candidate. I'm going to talk about a state bank, a sound money solution. I can guarantee you the other main party candidates will not. I'm going to talk about turning on the water. I'm not going to give you some speech how I can't do it because the governor has the power to do it. I'm going to talk about bringing the National Guard back home. I'm actually going to do it. It's going to come to our border to protect us here. I'm also for cutting benefits to illegal aliens. Sorry, when you are spending costing our state over $20 billion and we have a deficit that we can't afford here and we have Americans that are homeless, need to take care of our own first. I have been in actually the political arena now for over 6 years. I was the gubernatorial campaign manager for Art Olivier, the Libertarian, back in 2006. Before that, I was the managing director of a political organization whose sole purpose was to get out and stop amnesty. I also have organized many events, Ramos and Campion. I was very involved in that campaign to get them free under the Bush administration. And, you know, I endorsed Ron Paul. I've been endorsed by Chuck Baldwin. I've been endorsed by G. Edward Griffin. I am a frustrated voter. That's all I am. I was asked to run for office. I did not choose to run for office. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm a homeschooling mother. My husband and I are business owners, small business owners. We struggle just like everybody else. We need to make a change. We need to use our own resources. And I'm telling you, please, nightingaleforgovernor.com. Forget party politics. And we'll see you at June and in November.
Well, she definitely has my vote. She stood up on several issues where I've had other candidates waffle and waffle. I'm William Wagner. I hope I've caused you to have on second thought. And I'm here with my guest, Miss Nightingale, candidate for governor, and the wonderful Uncle Sam, Bill DeBoer. Thanks for watching. And you won't want to miss the debate and the controversy on the DA's race and other races coming up here. See ya.